Have you ever had the impression that something unexpected happened to you? That moment when you put everything on the line and get a firm no in return? I'm sure I have it. It's like standing on a precipice, staring into the distance, and wondering whether you'll ever make it out. But what if I told you that this rejection might hold the secret to opening doors to a future you never would have dared to hope for? That's correct. Today we're going to discuss how to turn rejection into your most effective tool, rather than just how to handle it. Stay still, because I'm going to demonstrate to you how every door that gets shut in your face may actually be a window leading to something truly amazing. By the end of this video, you'll view rejection in a way you never would have imagined and know that you're not alone on this road. Together, let's tackle this and make the most of our biggest losses into our greatest victories. Remember to press the like button, tell your friends about this video, and subscribe for more inspirational content. I promise you that you will want to watch the entire journey through because it is full of insightful moments that have the capacity to alter the way you view every obstacle in your music life. It is best to disregard the bad things in life. Sometimes you may feel like you're being disregarded or undervalued, and while it's easy to let these feelings make you feel small or irrelevant, these instances actually present excellent chances for you to rise above the negativity. Keep in mind that your response to being disregarded reveals a lot about you. You're genuinely demonstrating how much you respect and cherish yourself when you decide not to let it get to you. Consider this: it's their loss, not yours, when someone doesn't recognize your value. You don't require validation from others to recognize your worth. Marcus Aurelius, the well-known Stoic philosopher, would concur with this. He felt that instead of getting worked up over circumstances beyond our control, we should concentrate on our own actions and reactions. Rather than obsessing over the unpleasant sensation of being disregarded, focus your efforts on the things that truly bring you joy. Engage in activities that you enjoy doing to help you temporarily forget about the outside world. It's crucial to engage in activities that make you happy, whether it be reading a good book, playing sports, or just hanging out with friends. It's also critical to surround yourself with positive people. These are the family members and friends that appreciate you and are aware of your value. You are reminded of your worth and affection when you are among them. As Aristotle famously observed, those who demonstrate their good qualities in action win honors and rewards in the arena of human life. Therefore, put your best foot forward by devoting your time and energy to uplifting relationships and pursuits that help you feel good about yourself. Recall that ignoring the negative is about continuing to create the life you love and concentrating on the positive aspects of your life rather than getting even with people who have disregarded you. It's about consciously choosing to focus on the positive and not letting other people's apathy control your level of enjoyment. You're thriving, not just getting by. Maintain composure when rejection strikes. It's normal to feel wounded. It may be your natural tendency to respond and let those feelings run wild, but maintaining your composure is among the most powerful things you can do in these situations. It's important to understand your sentiments rather than try to repress them. Give this rejection some thought and consider why it upsets you so much more frequently than not. What hurts isn't the rejection per se, rather, it's the uncertainties and fears it highlights. The Stoic philosopher and emperor Marcus Aurelius famously observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. When you accept this, you'll find strength." This is really pertinent to the situation. It's important to keep in mind that, although the rejection itself may be out of your control, how you respond to it is. Your decision to react in a composed and calm manner shows a tremendous deal of inner strength. It's crucial to continue being kind and courteous. You can demonstrate that your pleasure and sense of worth are independent of other people's perceptions by maintaining your composure and treating everyone with respect, even if they have rejected you. As Socrates so sagely phrased it, this does not imply that you are unaffected by rejection. Rather, it indicates that you have chosen not to allow it to rule you. On average, minds discuss concepts weekly Minds discuss happenings. Minds talk about people who prioritize ideas and deeds, rather than obsessing with the rejection incident or the individuals involved. This strategy is consistent with Stoic ideas, which instruct us to direct our attention toward our own behaviors and mindsets as opposed to outside circumstances. It's about understanding that you are only truly in control of your own responses and feelings. Although adopting this perspective gives you the ability to handle rejection more skillfully, it does not lessen the hurt that comes with it. Remaining calm in the face of rejection demonstrates that your happiness and self-worth are independent of other people's opinions of you, and it is a sign of emotional maturity and inner strength. Maintaining your composure signifies a strong self-affirmation that you are in charge of your feelings and, eventually, your life. It can be difficult to let go of the hurt and accept rejection. It can take over your thoughts if you allow it to, much like a big weight on your heart. It's important to keep in mind, though, that rejection does not define who you are or your value as a person. Consider it an opportunity for personal development and self-improvement, rather than allowing the hurt to control you. Direct your negative feelings of rejection towards something constructive. Take up a new pastime that you've always wanted to do but haven't had the time for. Hobbies aid in the discovery of new interests and abilities in addition to serving as a distraction from negative thoughts. Present fresh viewpoints and even offer consolation and direction. Participating in community projects is another excellent strategy to help you get over the hurt of rejection. Giving back to a worthy cause with your time will help you refocus. Put other people's needs ahead of your own. Giving to others makes you feel fulfilled and strengthens your relationships with other people, letting you know that you are respected and loved. It's also crucial to surround yourself with positive individuals. Spend time with family and friends who encourage you and help you see how valuable you are. These are the ones who will stand by you, give you motivation, and assist you in realizing that one rejection does not spell doom. The whole is larger than the sum of its parts. As the renowned philosopher Aristotle once said, your life is made up of a multitude of encounters, connections, and accomplishments, rather than just one instance of rejection. Rejection does not determine your value. Remember that. Someone's incapacity to see your worth as a person does not lessen it. Make the most of your opportunity to grow as a person, discover new hobbies, and fortify your bonds with others. Although it's difficult, letting go of the hurt is an essential step towards moving on and rediscovering happiness. 4 demonstrates your value. It can be discouraging to be disregarded or underestimated, but it's crucial to view this as a chance rather than a setback. When you see or remember that it's not a stop sign, rather, it's a detour sign pointing you in the direction of a place where you can really shine. This is your moment to show what you're made of. This is the moment to capitalize on your abilities and capabilities and use them in a way that will not go unnoticed. One of the best ways to prove your value is to work on a project that makes use of your abilities. This could be something that helps your community or place of employment, or it could be a passion project for you personally. Selecting a hobby or pastime that you enjoy and are competent at is crucial. Your abilities can be used more effectively, and you may receive greater appreciation when you put your heart and soul into a project like this. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius was a strong proponent of transforming setbacks into learning opportunities. As he put it, what stands in the way becomes the way. Therefore, being passed over shouldn't be viewed as a barrier, but rather as a call to discover a different opportunity to demonstrate your skills. Recall that your value is decided by your response to those situations, not by the number of times you are selected by others. Make the most of each rejection as a springboard to become a more resilient, stronger version of yourself. Plato observed sagely that facing rejection and concentrating on your abilities will help you conquer yourself, which is the first and biggest victory. That is just what you are accomplishing, a personal triumph that nobody can take away from you. Being silent can be quite effective when you feel forgotten or unnoticed. While it may seem normal to want to speak up more in order to be heard, there are situations in which remaining silent is actually the most effective course of action. When employed properly, silence may be a powerful instrument. It enables you to shift your attention and energy from pursuing approval from others to pursuing your own ambitions and goals, all without uttering a word. It's not about being passive when someone ignores you. Rather, it's about choosing to be proactive and not let other people's lack of interest control your behavior or feelings. This type of non-reaction is a discipline that develops inner strength and self-control. The best form of retaliation, according to the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, is to become unlike the person who committed the injustice. By being silent, you are demonstrating your superiority over conflicts of attention by refusing to participate in a contest for attention. Additionally, it's critical to concentrate on yourself and your objectives during these periods in order to refocus any energy you may have used to try to gain attention towards something more worthwhile, like working on personal projects, creating new objectives, or learning new skills. This change in emphasis is a worthwhile method to advance personally, rather than merely serving as a diversion. You can also communicate powerfully by remaining silent. It conveys the idea that you are resilient and do not require affirmation from others to prove your value. More power can be derived from this than from anything you say. Recall that, as the ancient philosopher Plato pointed out, fools must say something in order to choose silence, while smart men talk because they have something to say. You've decided to disprove them with wisdom number 6. It's simple to feel dejected when you encounter rejection, but what if you could use it as your biggest source of inspiration rather than allowing it to depress you? Make use of it as fuel to advance. This is about demonstrating their errors in deeds rather than in words. Demonstrate your worth by trying new things or making constructive changes to yourself. Starting with enhancing a skill is an excellent idea. Perhaps there's a skill you've always wanted to master, or something you'd like to get better at. This is the ideal moment to concentrate on that. It might have to do with your line of work, a creative pastime, or even something bodily. Not only is improvement desired, but you also want to prove to yourself that you can overcome rejection and emerge stronger. However, attempting something novel might also yield tremendous benefits. Embracing new experiences and stepping beyond of your comfort zone can promote personal development and self-discovery. It's about reaching new heights and demonstrating that your potential is unrestricted by what other people think of you. Taking a risk and going into the unknown can be a fantastic way to demonstrate your adaptability and resilience. One important rule for demonstrating your value is to let your deeds speak for you. It's about quietly and confidently showcasing your ability through your actions, not about yelling out your strengths or fighting against rejection. We are what we continually do, as the great Greek philosopher Aristotle once observed. Thus, excellence is a habit of continuously improving oneself and accepting new challenges rather than an act. Not only are you displacing them, but you're also forming an excellent habit. Rejection is merely a single instance. It doesn't determine who you are or what the future holds. Make the most of it as motivation to reach new heights. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us that sometimes the roadblock becomes the way. Remember that every challenge presents a chance for us to get better. Every setback presents an opportunity to develop, to get better, and eventually to prove to yourself and the rest of the world how much you are capable of. When you're feeling the hurt of rejection, try to find happiness. Enjoying yourself is one of the best methods to improve your mood. It may seem paradoxical, but doing things that make you happy can be a very effective approach to offset bad emotions. Participating in new sports, joining a group, or simply spending time with friends can all serve as a welcome diversion and improve your mood. The simplicity of enjoying yourself and the positive effects it can have right away on your health are what make it so beautiful. For example, joining a club can promote social relationships and a sense of belonging in addition to the activity itself. Taking up a new sport can be psychologically and physically taxing, giving you a sense of achievement and elevating your self-worth. Furthermore, nothing serves as a better reminder of the support and affection you have in your life than hanging out with friends. You can turn your attention from what's wrong in your life to what's right by getting involved in exciting activities. It enables you to put your troubles aside and lose yourself in joyful moments. This change of viewpoint is a means of recharging and gaining a new outlook on your circumstances, not merely a short-term diversion. Happiness is a personal choice. As the philosopher Aristotle once stated, you are taking charge of your emotional health when you choose to do things that make you happy. Having fun and the accompanying laughter can have a lot of positive psychological effects. The body's natural feel-good hormone, endorphins, is released when you laugh, which enhances your general sensation of well-being. It can also momentarily ease discomfort and lower anxiety, which makes it simpler to handle the difficulties associated with rejection. Boost your own confidence. Rejection is an ideal opportunity to concentrate on personal development. Now is the time to improve yourself by focusing on several areas of your life, such as your career or your hobbies that involve fitness. It's about investing time and energy into your own growth and transforming a possibly bad experience into a great one. Enhancing your level of fitness is an excellent method to begin exercising. Engaging in physical exercise enhances not only your physical health, but also your mental well-being. As your level of fitness increases, regular physical activity can enhance your mood, reduce stress and anxiety, and raise your self-esteem. Additionally, you'll begin to feel confident and accomplished. Taking up a hobby is another approach to concentrate on personal development. In addition to offering a creative outlet, hobbies can bring happiness and relaxation. They give you an opportunity to divert your attention from any unfavorable emotions connected to rejection and put it towards something you find enjoyable, like writing, drawing, playing an instrument, or gardening. Having hobbies may be quite rewarding. Putting your career first is another crucial component of personal development. Now can be the ideal moment to look for new educational alternatives. Take on difficult tasks or even think about changing careers. Reaching your professional objectives might make you feel accomplished and purposeful. It all comes down to establishing and pursuing goals, which can be really empowering. It's also advantageous to connect with people who could be going through similar circumstances by sharing your personal growth path. You can discuss your difficulties and accomplishments. Give encouragement and accept it in return. The finest revenge, according to Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, is not to be like that. You're not just bettering your own life, but also leading by example when you put your attention on bettering yourself. Pretend they don't exist. It could seem normal to strive to regain someone's attention when you find yourself in an instance where they are ignoring you. Nevertheless, acting as though they don't matter is a more empowered strategy. This is not about becoming obnoxious or disrespectful. Rather, it's about refusing to let their disdain to control your behavior or diminish your value. Professionalism is essential, particularly in formal or professional contexts. Maintain a polite demeanor and remain concentrated on the current work. This strategy shows that you are mature and capable of managing challenging circumstances with poise. Recall that just because someone doesn't see your value doesn't mean it diminishes. The best retaliation, as Marcus Aurelius sagely observed, is to be unlike the one who committed the injustice. Regardless of how other people treat you, you may preserve your dignity and self-respect by acting professionally. It's also critical to pay attention to what matters to you. Focus your energy on your own objectives and passions. Invest time in things that make you happy and fulfilled. This could be engaging in a pastime, working on a personal project, or spending time with close friends and family. By doing this, you support the notion that your happiness and value are independent of the recognition or approval of others. It's important to keep in mind that how you respond to being disregarded says something about who you are as a person. According to a quote by Plato, "Fools speak because they must, while smart men speak because they have something to say. This insight applies in this situation in that you should make your decisions on how to respond based on your moral principles and integrity, rather than your need for approval or recognition from others. 10. Select quiet above fuss. It can be very tempting to respond theatrically when you're ignored, yet being silent can be a far more effective and respectable answer in these circumstances. Being silent is a show of strength and self-control rather than weakness. It shows that you have the capacity to put aside pettiness and keep your cool. When you choose quiet over drama, even in the face of abuse or neglect, you create room for introspection and personal development. You can utilize this peaceful time to reflect and learn more about the circumstances and yourself. Consider why the circumstance affects you and what you can take away from it. Gaining important insights about your beliefs, expectations, and conflict and rejection management skills might come from this self-reflection process. This strategy is consistent with Stoic philosophy. Renowned Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius highlighted the value of inner serenity and self-control. He advocated that the way we respond to outside happenings matters more than the happenings themselves. You can put this theory into practice by choosing silence and demonstrating that you are in charge of your responses and are not influenced by other factors. Additionally, you might concentrate on areas of your life where you can make improvements by using this time for personal development. This could involve learning new capabilities, strengthening your emotional resilience, or improving your communication abilities. This constructive use of your time and energy not only advances your own development, but also better equips you to handle problems and relationships in the future. The renowned Greek philosopher Aristotle famously stated that self-awareness is the source of all wisdom. This is often the information that emerges in peaceful moments. Thought by eschewing drama in favor of silence, you provide yourself the chance to develop this wisdom and mature in ways that dramatic reactions can never do. Refrain from pursuing attention. Realizing that your value as a person does not depend on other people noticing or acknowledging you is one of the most liberating realizations you can have in a culture where attention is often equated with worth. It's critical to keep in mind that genuine value originates within. Put your attention where it truly belongs, on what truly gives you confidence and happiness. This method is not only more satisfying, but it also enables you to develop a self-worth that is not dependent on approval from others. It might be an endless and unsatisfying quest to get attention. When you look to other people for approval, you give them the authority to decide how happy and confident you are. This can result in an unsatisfactory and emotionally draining craving for approval all the time. Rather, you regain control over your self-worth by concentrating on the things that make you personally happy and fulfilled. This could be engaging in activities you enjoy, working toward objectives that are meaningful to you, or just doing things that boost your self-esteem. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius stressed the value of turning inward and discovering contentment within oneself. He advocated for internal responses to outside circumstances rather than external ones as the source of peace. In this situation, the first step to real contentment is to go within for happiness and affirmation instead of looking outside for it. Furthermore, you can lead a more genuine life by concentrating on the things that bring you joy and self-assurance. Instead of living your life to get the approval of others, you're following your own interests and principles. A greater sense of fulfillment, action, and happiness is brought about by this genuineness. As the Greek philosopher Socrates said, "Find yourself, think for yourself, by focusing on what makes you genuinely happy and confident you are doing. Be kind, but keep your distance when dealing with people who ignore or overlook you." It's important to strike a balance between kindness and maintaining a healthy emotional distance. Being polite and kind to those who may not reciprocate your attention is a reflection of your character, not a weakness. However, it's crucial to ensure that this kindness does not stem from a desire for their approval or acceptance. Your kindness should be a choice that aligns with your values, not a means to seek validation from others. Kindness, in this text, is about treating others with respect and civility, regardless of how they treat you. This approach is rooted in self-respect and emotional maturity. It demonstrates that you can rise above petty behavior and maintain your dignity. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, pointed out, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. By responding with kindness, you set yourself apart and show that you are guided by principles of decency and respect. At the same time, keeping an emotional distance is essential. It means not getting too emotionally invested in or affected by the behavior of those who ignore you. This distance allows you to protect your emotional well-being and prevents you from being hurt by indifference or neglect. It's about understanding and accepting that you cannot control how others behave or feel about you, but you can control how deeply you let it impact you. As Aristotle wisely said, anyone can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person to the right degree, at the right time for the right purpose, and in the right way, is not easy. Applying this wisdom, it's important to manage your emotional responses and not let them be dictated by the actions or inactions of others. Keep your struggles private. Facing rejection can be a deeply personal and sometimes painful experience. However, there's a certain power in keeping your struggles to yourself and not letting the world see how much the rejection has affected you. Continuing to live your life with confidence and strength, even in the face of adversity, is a true testament to your stability and resilience. This approach is not about denying or suppressing your emotions. It's important to acknowledge and process your feelings privately, as this is a healthy part of dealing with rejection. However, constantly showing others that you're affected by rejection can make you feel more vulnerable and can sometimes even prolong the negative emotions associated with the experience. By keeping your struggles to yourself, you allow yourself the space and dignity to work through your feelings in your own time and in your own way. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of inner fortitude. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This philosophy encourages us to focus on our internal responses rather than on external events. By maintaining a demeanor of confidence and strength, you exercise control over your reaction to rejection, demonstrating your inner power and stability. Additionally, continuing to live confidently after facing rejection shows a remarkable degree of resilience. It's a clear signal that you're not defined by the setbacks you encounter. As the ancient Greek philosopher Plato stated, "We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light." In this context, hiding your struggles is not about being afraid of the light. It's about recognizing that your light doesn't dim because of a single setback. As we close this chapter together, remember that the journey we've embarked on is not just about facing life's challenges, but about transforming them into stepping stones for growth and resilience. Your strength is not measured by how loudly you shout, but by how steadily you stand in the face of the storms. Carry these lessons with you, not just as words heard, but as wisdom lived. As we part ways today, I invite you to continue this journey of growth and self-discovery. On the screen, you'll find a playlist that's been carefully curated to guide, inspire, and empower you further. Click on it, and let's keep walking this path of transformation together. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and remember that resilience is your true power. Thank you so much for watching Stoic Energy.